anyway not given. So let us say this is the shape of link number 2, where at this place it is fitted to link number 1, we call it as point A or O12, and at this place there is a pin joint by which it is connected to link number 3, and then it is performing whatever is asked. So it is performing rotation, and the entire mechanism is working the way it is described earlier. No change in the working, only we are changing the shape of the link. Instead of a straight line, we are given a shape like this, which is fully acceptable. We are just expanded a link which is allowed. Now, what about 4? So now 2-3 is, rather 2-4 point is lying on link number 2. We can accept it is a part of link number 2. Now we also say that it is a part of link number 4. It is not seen here, but it is so. How it is so? What can you do now? Just think over. We are represented this slider by this box shape. Any dimensions are given of this box? In the data, any dimensions are given? Are there any dimensions required here for the solving of the problem? For solving the problem, whatever is given and whatever you have found out, for finding it out, there was no requirement of a size of this box. Which means that, again, size of the box is anything. Which means that the box also can be expanded. So if you expand a box, what can you do? Now I'll draw the shape of the box. Not like this, but some other shape. Which will be like this. So whatever is shown just now in green, that is the shape of the slider, which is fixed to link number 3 at this point. So no change in the geometry of the problem. The data is still valid. Link number 3 is fitted to this link number 4 at this point, such that distance BC is so much. So no change in the structure of the problem, and everything else is still valid. But we have modified the shape of the slider such that slider shape is like this, and it is still sliding in the same way. So now can you say 2-4 belongs to link number 4 also? So now you can say that point 2-4 is a point. There is no pin joint physically, there is no joint like this. 2-3 there is a joint. 1-2 there is a joint. 3-4 there is an actual pin joint. So like that there is no pin joint. But it is an instantaneous center. We are talking about instantaneous center. Some instantaneous centers, they don't remain at one place. They are imaginary in nature. And some of them are physically seen. Like that. So there are some types of instantaneous centers. But conceptually they are all working in the same way. And their properties are what 3 properties we have discussed earlier. So there is one such point O24, which is the instantaneous center, which belongs to link number 2 and link number 4. So right now we have made use of the fact that it belongs to link number 2. So this link number 2 is rotating, and there is a point 24 whose velocity we have found out like this. And the answer whatever has come, now we say that this 24 point belongs to link number 4 also. Therefore whatever velocity we have found out, that is the velocity of 0.34 or the slider, and that is what we have done, and we have solved the problem just by this much, by direct method. So in fact, by looking at this procedure, you will come to know immediately and very interestingly the use of instantaneous center method, what it can do. Now this is of course very simple problem, just 4 links are there. But imagine that there is a problem where the mechanism is quite complex, like we are done for polygon method. So there was a mechanism having 4, 5, 6 links, and one of them was slider. So that time we have found out the velocity of slider by maybe polygon method. Same problem if we solve now, we will solve such problem one link after another, and we will reach to slider, which could be link number 6. So we can find out the velocity of slider by step-by-step method also, and get the answer in some steps. But that same slider velocity you can also find out just by one step, without doing all this, by the IC method. Just to describe to you in brief, we are going to solve such problems afterward. This is the first day, so first day for a slider crank mechanism. So today we have just learned how to solve a problem consisting of slider. First thing we learned how to find out center O14, which is at infinity. O14 at infinity. Why it is so, that we learn. And after that, we have solved the problem by the same method like last time and got the answers by step. After that, we have solved the same problem by direct method. So directly we got the answer of the slider velocity by considering a point which is a point 24, which is obtained by link number 2, which is whose angular velocity is given, and link number 4, which is a slider. So just try to understand very well, give proper attention. Maybe you can revise again, read it again slowly, and just try to understand what is discussed. Not so difficult it is. Try to understand. Once you understand this concept, you will find it very interesting. And as we solve further problems, that time we'll make this concept very more clear, and we'll be able to enjoy this. So this was problem number 2 for us. So when you solve this problem, we are going to solve this problem by this method as well as by this method, which is a direct method. This is a step-by-step method, direct method. And you will also find that the answer which you got here and the answer which you got here, both the answers will be same with some error. Okay, same answers. The answers will be same with slight drafting errors will be there, slightly here and there. So with about 5-10% inaccuracy will be there. We will get the answers in the same range. Okay. So these are the two problems. Problem number 1 which we had done last time, and problem number 2 here. So these two problems we will be solving for the practical on IC method. So whenever is the next practical, that time the actual practical which will be conducted, during that practical time we will be solving these two problems. Okay.